Hello and welcome back to the Project Hercules diaries. Project Hercules, and there is a rather fine painted saw with Project Hercules written on it, courtesy of a mate, Billy, from one of the clubs up north, Linlithgow way. Met Billy on rally, Mr. Horn. Hello sir, hope you're well. Thanks very much for sorting that out and posting it to me. Painted by somebody called Miff by the look of it. Does that say Miff? So whoever you are, Miff, absolutely stunning job. Both sides are painted, but I can't show you the other side because I've more or less hung it to the wall. But there it is alongside the latest issue of the drawings and some of the CAD drawings with the tank on from earlier, and an early mock-up to give you the inaccurate projection, but just to give a scale, full-size depiction of the engine as it would have been from many years ago. So that's what we've got, a little shrine between the Bridgeport and the 540 grinding machine, and I think that looks rather well. So thanks very much, fellas. So since I've got back from Raw Steel Choppers, haven't done a great deal, it's been a time to sort of potter around the garage and have a think about such things as colour scheme. What colour are you going to paint it? Well, it's a bit premature thinking about what colour it's going to be when it's hardly finished, but now it's starting to look like a bike. It's perhaps time to think about such things. Now, originally I had envisaged that the whole thing wouldn't be coloured at all and the frame would be nickel plated and it would be left as it is. And the more I look at it, the more I'm warming to that, but I think the metal finishes need to match. So the soda blasted barrel and cases would need to match the tank, so that would be soda blasted, this would be soda blasted, so all the alley parts would have the same kind of tone to them. And I think rather than nickel plate the frame, if I brushed it and then lacquered it, brushed it with a sort of not a wire brush but an abrasive surface to give it that brushed steel finish, that would look rather quite nice. But now I've seen that saw, that lovely Project Hercules saw up there, up on the wall, I do wonder what it would look like if actually the frame was black and the tank was painted in the same vein with Project Hercules in the old style sign writing on the side of the tank. It's a nice thing to think about because I've got plenty of time. It's nowhere near finished yet, so plenty of time to think about the final finish and what to do with the forks as well. But I'm open to suggestions, so if anyone wants to comment and say what colour they think it would look best in, as long as it's not bright pink, I'm all ears. Similarly, the filler cap, what am I going to do on the filler cap? Am I going to put a knurl on? Am I going to put a step in? Am I going to put a taper in? How am I going to make this look attractive? And I'll probably end up making one to match the front of the oil tank, just so there's a bit of a theme. And I might even tie that into the grips as well. Make the grips to match the oil and the fuel filler cap. So that's probably something I will do. I know it's a bit of a bling and it's not getting things done, but they all need to be thought about because it's all about the little details as much as the big items. The last thing I've been looking at is sparking plugs tonight. I've got a couple of sparking plugs here that fit in the thread, and I've got an old cylinder head spare here. And what I've been doing, I've been putting these spark plugs in all the way through and just measuring how far they project out below the threads, or if they don't quite reach the end of the threads, because I'm doubtful that I'm going to get a spark plug with just the right length of thread on it. So I'm going to have to make some copper washers. I'd like to fit new spark plugs, obviously, and I've got to put the ones with the thinner hex in. The one with the thicker hex there, it's difficult to get a spanner on to tighten and remove the plugs. So I'm going to go for a set with a thinner head. I've got to decide what heat rating to choose, whether to go for iridium, super expensive ones or not, and what sort of gap to choose. But first of all, it's just about getting the length of it right, because any threads poking below here will get carboned up. There's no danger of it hitting the piston, by the way, because there's plenty of room between the piston and the head at top dead center, but it's more around I don't want the threads themselves to get carboned up, because if I ever have to remove a spark plug and there's a lot of carbon buildup, it could potentially strip the threads in the cylinder head, and I don't want that to happen because it just leads to more machining work. So that's what we've got at the moment. There's no magic fantastic update, it's just a bit of pottering and a bit of thinking, but they are very important things to do that need to be done now and then. Last shout out to Sid next door to String's asked me to give you a big thumbs up, so there you go. Thanks for watching all the videos, and thanks to everyone else. So as usual, more updates will follow. Thanks for watching.